Hey, welcome to my channel, Rohit Speaks. And in today's video, I'm gonna talk about some vestigial organs or the organs which are now longer that functional to your body or your body can function without them. So those are called as vestigial organs. There are a couple of them in our body. And I'm going to cover two of them, which is the gallbladder and the appendix, because these are the two most common surgeries performed in human bodies where they actually take this whole organ out of your body because they are mostly not required because the functions are performed by most of the other things in your body. So if you look at gallbladder, that is basically right below your liver, and it's like a pear-shaped organ which is filled with a bunch of bile. Now, the main function of gallbladder was to release bile to digest out your fats from your body or your food you consume. Now, that function is actually performed by liver. Liver also produces bile, and gallbladder has it's like a balloon filled with bile. So liver has enough bile to digest all your fats in your body. So gallbladder technically is not required, but if you are normally in a normal human, both the biles are released, secreted by liver and gallbladder and goes into the small intestine to digest out your fats. So that's the function of gallbladder. And so it is right here. And then the next one is appendix, which is right at the bottom, right here around the large intestine. And technically, there is no assigned or nobody knows yet what's the function, exactly the function of appendix, but they think that it helps in immune system. So I'll carry on with that in the next few minutes. But so what does the appendix do? So it's not, as I said, it's not completely clear, but they think that it has, so your lymphoid cells, your bone marrow cells, those are the cells which produce your antibodies in your body. But they think that there is also appendix, which was also responsible to produce some kind of immune cells. And one can think this was done because after digesting, you get a bunch of waste products out there and you might consume a lot of knowingly, you might have some kind of bacterial virus going through your intestine. So immune cells were getting activated in that region and then taking care of it in your body. And this was, and you can imagine evolutionary when we were consuming mostly meat and a bunch of things, when the fire was not invented, you were just consuming meat, raw meat. So you needed gallbladder's power, you needed appendix power to digest everything to make sure you're not getting sick. People were not living anyway more than 20 years, 30 years, don't know. So still people don't, it's been very puzzling, like what does appendix have? When they looked at inside through scientifically, it's mostly was consisting of immune cells and also an environment where your good gut bacteria would stay. Basically, that would help you digest out any other system in any other food in your body or any very hard substance which cannot be digested. It would come out from bacteria and digest those things. And your large intestine will still absorb the nutrients out of it, and everything else will be excreted out. So technically, that's what we think it is. But nowadays, you don't need it because everything is digested very easily. We have progressed quite a while. We know how to use the food. We know how to cook the food. We know how to get the nutrients out of the food. So appendix is technically not needed. And most common problem is appendicitis. And of the appendicitis, the most common problem is blocked appendix. So basically what happens is it is called a fecalith obstruction. It's like your feces becomes kind of like hard as stone and gets stuck in this appendix. It causes the swelling of it, and then you will have very intense pain in your lower abdomen. And mostly it's because of the appendicitis or it's getting inflamed. So the only solution here is either surgical intervention where they open it, they remove the whole appendix, or they can open and get rid of this blockage. Um, there's no other, you cannot just take a bunch of medicine and fix it. It's either laser, surgical intervention, which removes or cures your appendicitis. Next, going to gallbladder, as I said, the function majority is just doing the bile release, make sure that there's enough bile coming out, the pH regulation of it. Something there is also there, it helps in absorption of vitamins, mostly K and A, but I think it is also taken care in small intestine. So you technically don't need your gallbladder. And the most common issue with gallbladder is that if your liver is hyperactive and your biles are not being used, your bile made in gallbladder is not being used, it kind of stays in it, and it slowly it's hardens and become like a gallstones. And if they travel through that duct, it will get blocked again. Then you'll have inflammation, and then severe pain in your liver area, which is right below your ribs. And you can tell it's like right above your waist and below your ribs, you will have that pain. For appendicitis, you will be more close to your hips, but those are two different locations. So and the doctors, the most common is they will use their hand to touch around your liver to see if it does that touching and it causes you severe pain, which means your gallbladder is kind of inflamed and they need to take care of it. So gallstones are the major problem with the gallbladder, and technically you don't need it in your body, and it can be removed and you will be fine. You don't need it. Your liver is more than happy to take care of your bowel uh, issues. So yeah. So with that being said, these are the two vestigial organs which your body can do without. They technically don't have function because those functions are now carried out by other organs in your body, and you can live without them. So hopefully this video was informational of understanding what gallbladder and appendix do to you and can you survive without them. So with that, I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.